Welcome everyone to our huddle up meeting. I almost wore my robe tonight. I am so tired. I wanted to be in my pajamas so bad that I thought, well, I can wait 30 minutes to do that. What I wanted to talk about, my little lesson for tonight, is I wanted to talk to you about on this challenge. One of the main purposes of this challenge is to help us learn to help us practice creating healthy habits. And there's been several habits that we've been focusing on through the first week of the challenge. And the first thing that we need to remember is our goal is to fuel our body 5 to 6 times a day. Now, I don't know whether you saw or whether you were with us and were able to see a video. It was a webinar. Oh, I can't remember the surfer guy out from California. Do you remember Greg Rex? Did a really good webinar for us, and he told us about this study group that studied people where they divided them into 2 groups, and both groups ate exactly the same amount of calories. But one group divided their calories into 3 meals a day, and the other group divided their same calories, into 6 fuelings a day. In other words, they divided it up into 6 smaller fuelings instead of eating 3 main meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Well, at the end of the study, the people who ate the 6 small meals, same amount of calories, lost more weight than the people who ate 3 times a day. They also, evidences of diabetes went down in the group that ate 6 small meals a day. Unfortunately, I can't remember the name of that study, but I know it's in Dr. Anderson's book. So if any of y'all have any of Dr. Anderson's books, you can look it up in the index and read more about it. But the scientific evidence is there that when we put small meals in our body, it balances our metabolism. We're able to burn fat for fuel instead of protein. A lot of times when people go on a diet and they cut calories, basically what you're losing is muscle tissue. You have got to eat enough protein so that you're not burning muscle tissue. You want to be in a fat burning state. So make sure that you eat a source of protein, a source of carbohydrate, and of course when you're trying to lose weight, you want to make sure it's a low glycemic carbohydrate. And if you need a list of that, I can send it to you, but I believe it's in the ebook Dr. A let us download. And we need to eat a healthy fat, believe it or not. A healthy fat is actually necessary to start the fire of metabolism. A healthy fat is kind of like the match that you strike. You don't need a lot of it, but you do need that little power to get the metabolism going so that you can get into fat burning. Now, if we get into fat burning, some really good things happen. Number one is we're going to have more energy. And the reason why is because we have fat burns at 9 kcal, protein burns at 4 kcal. So if you're not eating enough protein, you're eating too many carbs, too many fats, not enough protein, but you're still losing weight, you're losing muscle tissue, and you're not going to have energy from that. All that's doing is helping your body stay alive, because you're depriving it of calories, so you're losing body weight. But when you balance your nutrition and you get proteins, fats, carbohydrates, all your vitamins and minerals, and you break your calories up, whether it's 1,200 or 1,500 or however many you and your doctor decide is right for you, and you divide those fuelings up into 5 or 6 times a day, you're going to have better results. The second thing that I've learned is that we need to make sure we hydrate ourselves well. And Dr. Nelson talked about that a lot today, and either yesterday or the day before, Dr. Anderson put on a reading about dirty water. if we're not putting new water into our body, we're actually recycling dirty water. Our body has to have water to live. And actually, people who drink more water lose more weight and keep it off than people who don't drink enough water. Another thing that's interesting is that the guy that talked today on the webinar, Dr. Mark Nelson, said that actually what happens is when you think you're hungry, you're probably thirsty. So first thing you want to do when you feel hungry is drink a glass or a bottle of water. Hey, Jerry, we want to mute you. Jerry, if you'll look for the little microphone, go ahead and click it so that you can mute it. We're hearing a lot of background noise. Let's see, where was I? I know I was talking about water, but the recommendation is that we take our body weight and divide it by 2. And that's how many ounces our body needs. Everybody's different. Everybody's unique on this. So if you're a 200-pound person, you need to be drinking 100 ounces of water a day. 64 is the minimum requirement for your body. If anybody remembers, when we get ready for the questions at the end, and anybody remembers what it was I was talking about before I started talking to Yuri, just let me know. Okay, we're all muting when we come on board so that we won't have any background noise. The third thing we've learned in this challenge that has been probably the biggest difference for me for this challenge from the last challenge is to move my body. On the last challenge, I met my weight loss goal, but I really didn't do a very good job on the exercise portion of it. Basically, I'm lazy and I hate to exercise. I'm an old lady and I'm done with that. I don't want to do it anymore, but that doesn't matter. I will stay younger and feel better and have more energy if I move my body. So that's been a real focus for me. A good friend of mine that's on the challenge with me texted me a week ago and said, 8 a.m. Cowan Creek, Monday, see you there. And I went, uh-oh, I guess I've got a commitment. And sure enough, I have done that and feel real good about it. I'm wearing my, I should have brought down here, I'm wearing my little, that thing that shows how many steps, that Fitbit shows how many steps I went. So I really am moving my body. Let me tell you what the difference has been since last challenge, I ate 6 times a day, watched my portion sizes, I drank the water, I watched the exercise videos. I thought they were so cute, but I didn't do them. Well, this week I lost 5.8 pounds. Anyway, what was the difference? Well, the only difference was I got my butt out of the chair and I started moving. And that's very, very important for us to be healthy. I was on my iPhone today, and if you haven't had a chance to use it, when you go to the Meltdown, if you download the Meltdown Challenge app on your smartphone, when you come up, you get this black screen, and you get to click on whatever thing it is that you want to do. And I clicked on logging exercise, and that app is really different from what we get on the computer, because it actually breaks exercise down into different types and different movements and different ways we can move our body. And if nothing else, it'll give you a good idea. So you might want to look into that. The fourth thing that Dr. Anderson has had us concentrate on so far on the challenge, and we'll do it throughout the challenge, is healthy sleep. Lynette, I don't know if my buddy Lynette's on tonight yet or not, but Lynette is kind of like how I was. I would be on the computer at 2:30 in the morning. And I was totally normal for me. And I would be totally zoned out. I would just be, clicking away or playing away or whatever, not knowing what I was doing. No wonder I was gaining weight. I was eating and wasn't even aware of it. Your body needs time to recuperate. Dr. Anderson's been showing us like pictures of the brain and how the electrical circuits need time to recharge and regenerate at night, and how important it is for us to get sleep. This is really, really hard for people like me who are insomniacs, who don't practice it. So there are some wonderful tips and helps on the challenge wall for those of you who need help with sleep. What I did was I made the commitment, and I've been not perfect, but amazingly good, that when the clock gets to be 10 o'clock, I turn off my computer. Now, I don't always turn off my TV. I should, because you don't want to go to bed after listening to the news. But sometimes I have a show recorded from an earlier night, and I'll be watching the end of that show. I like to record shows so I can skip through the commercials. But that's really been a big deal. And then the other thing I did, believe it or not, I started setting my alarm in the morning. Because anybody that stays up till 1 or 2 or 2:30 in the morning, probably is going to sleep till 8:30 or 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. And then you're just really pretty screwed up. No wonder that sleep is lack of sleep is a huge contributor to obesity. The fifth thing that Dr. Anderson's talked to us about is reducing stress. And I had never really thought much about it because I didn't think I was under much stress. I've always loved my job. I've loved what I do. But funny thing is, stress is really kind of depression. And I have suffered with that for many, many years. So give it a different name, it's still a dog. And it's something that we need to learn to identify, and we need to address, and we need to help ourselves overcome by whatever means necessary. But I thought it was so cute today that they made us get 2 points by either going to get a massage or by massaging someone else. Well, Chuck came in, he'd been outside, I don't remember, probably doing something I told him to do. Anyway, he came inside and I said, "Hey, Chuck, would you sit down at the table for a minute?" And he tried to sit down, and I went to sit down at my chair, and he got up and moved to another chair, and we're playing this, musical chairs. And I said, "It's okay, just sit down." And so he sat down, and I started massaging his neck. And he said, "What's this all about?" And so I told him, I said, "Oh, in my healthy habits points, you're going to get a massage. I want you to know he's groaning." Because it's so sometimes you forget how important touch is. You need to touch your spouse, you need to touch your children, you need to hug, you need to I want you to know that when I was massaging Chuck, it made me feel better. Now that was a big awakening for me. We got to do this again. We hadn't done this in a while. So that was pretty fun. Number 6, stop, challenge, and choose. And that applies to anything that we are deciding to do, whether it's to get into an argument, or whether it's eating, or whether it's drinking, or whether it's whatever it is that causes us to fall out the plan. There's a little thing that we want to learn throughout the course of this challenge called Stop, Challenge, Choose. And if you want to read about it, it's in the ebook that you got to download for free from Dr. A. It's chapters 1, 2, and 3. Chapter 1 is about stop. Chapter 2 is about challenge. Challenge. Chapter 3 is about choose. And basically it's like, okay, I had that pumpkin bread today at Bridge. And I almost grabbed the end because that's my favorite piece. And I said, "Stop. Hold on, Donna. Now you lost 5.8 pounds this week. Before you take that, stop and think about it." And then the second thing I said is to myself, to challenge myself, is you can have that bread. You can have it. But, if you do, it's going to take you out of fat burning. And it takes you about 3 days to get into fat burning. But it's okay, Donna. If you want to do that, you can do it. But I challenged myself. And then finally, I made the choice. And I chose not to. And I had the sugar-free Jell-O. And then as soon as it was over, you know what I did? I took the rest of that loaf of bread and I cut it into individual servings, put it into bags, put it into a big gallon Ziploc bag, and threw it in the freezer for Chuck. Because if it's in the freezer, I wouldn't eat it. So I'm stopping, I'm thinking about it, I'm challenging myself, and I'm making the choices that are necessary for me to focus on creating health for me during this challenge. And the final thing I want to talk to you about is, y'all have noticed in the last 2 surveys that we've done, the last question on the survey has been, do you want to be part of a focus group? Well, basically, y'all figured that out. You know what it is. Basically, what it is if anybody is interested in Take Shape for Life or learning about Medifast meal replacements, check on it. You join the focus group, and you're going to get a $50 off your purchase price of your first month of meals. And it's a really, really good deal. We had 3 or 4 challengers last time that did that. But what they're doing different about it this time is that they're actually giving you the opportunity to make the connection to see if it's what you want to do. And then you can get in touch with the person who invited you to this challenge to see if maybe you've got a fit. And what they're doing is they're taking the people that take this challenge and are getting coached on a daily basis with a Take Shape for Life health coach, and they're going to compare their weight loss to everybody else on the challenge. That's basically all the focus group is. Everything else you're getting what every other Take Shape for Life client gets, as far as daily coaching for the first 12 days that you're on the program, weekly coaching after that, monthly coaching, challenges, all of that stuff. It's nothing fancy or special, except that you save $50 and you're part of a focus group, which is a test group, basically, is what it is. Some people have had a question about that, and I wanted to let you know. We've had several people check yes, that they were interested in becoming a part of the focus group, but I didn't know if you really knew what that meant or not. So if you are one of those people that checked yes, please get in touch with the person who invited you to this contest, and they will be delighted to help you out. I see I've got a number 1 by the chat, which means somebody wrote me something. She said, whoever is on the phone needs to mute themselves. There's lots of static. Okay, thanks, Megan. Man, I'm feeling so smart. I can't believe I saw that little thing down there, and I knew that. Okay, everybody unmute. Click your little thing and take that little red thing off of your mute phone and come into the room. Okay. What I'd like you to do is let's have a little roll call, I guess you could say. And why don't we start right here with this little girl right here. And would you start off, Megan, please, and tell us who you are, how you did this week, any challenges you had, any victories that you had, what you like about the challenge. Those are the kind of things I want you to talk about. And you don't have to talk long, but I will cut you off at 3 minutes. Okay, Megan.
Hi, I'm Megan. And I did this challenge last time, and I loved it. I did really good last time. This time, I'm not as focused, but I'm working on it. I worked out hard today, which is a plus. I ate better today, which is a plus. That's all there is.
Excellent. And I want to tell you that it's not just a daily choice to practice healthy habits. It's an hourly choice. It's not just day by day, it's hour by hour. It could even be minute by minute. So let's say, for example, you fall off the wagon, you do something that you know is not healthy. Don't wait until tomorrow. Or don't say, oh, I'll start again next Monday. Say to yourself, okay, 2 hours from now, it's going to be time to eat. And so start right then. Set your alarm on your phone. Get right back on that horse. Okay, Shelly Moore. Hey, girl, you're the one that is riding in the rodeo parade in Dallas or something like that, aren't you?
Fort Worth. Yes.
Shelly? Was that you?
Can you hear me?
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yes, I am going to ride in my second grand entry at the rodeo sometime in the next 2 weeks. So I'm kind of nervous. But I rode in the parade this weekend. I lost 3.6 pounds. Today was my weigh-in at my doctor's.
Congratulations.
And so I lost 3.6, so that's 10 pounds in 2 weeks.
Fabulous.
And 9 inches in 2 weeks.
Fabulous. That's wonderful. What have you liked best about the challenge so far?
Well, I got so busy last week that I had trouble. I can't get the website on my phone. It's really weird, but I got the app, and so then that started helping. But I was not on my computer at night because that's what I do all day, and sometimes I take a break.
Exactly. Hey, and Shelly, good. You figured it out, that it's not the website on the phone, how you get to it. It's the app. So you go to the app store, and you search for Meltdown Challenge, and it's all one word. Good. Glad you figured that out, and thanks for sharing that with us. And we have the Lindsay's there. Both are on the challenge. Howdy.
Hi.
Hello.
Tell me, both of y'all get to have a little starring role now. How was your week of challenge?
I had a good week. I'm probably down about 4.5 pounds. So
Whoa.
I'm happy. I loved the challenge last year. I did it last year, and I like it. It gets in my head, and it keeps me motivated. It keeps me on track. It keeps me focused.
That's what I like, too. That's great, Debbie. What about you, James?
I had a pretty good week. I lost about 8 pounds. But
what did you say?
8.
8.
8 pounds.
8.
I hate men. Men are just, I really love
Men lose weight
I
faster.
hate how much easier it is for men to lose and how they lose faster. Y'all know why that is? They have more muscle tissue. Men have more muscle tissue, and that's why, Megan, it's so important to focus on those healthy habits when you have a lean body mass and do your fueling healthy and to continue your exercising, because as long as you have that lean body mass, you're going to burn calories at a higher rate. So you can get away when you fall off playing a whole lot better than I can, or James can.
It also helps when you have a significant other that's in the challenge.
Exactly. It's
To
tremendous.
look up.
Thank you for supporting her in that way. That's fabulous. I'm so glad you're doing it together. Okay, David and Debbie DeWitt are too, but yeah, I believe they're both in it this year. Okay, Paula, hi. Paula Elders, are you here? Are you awake?
Yes, I'm awake. Here, I'll put my glasses on. Good. Yes, but it had reflection. That's why I took them on.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm here. It was a good week. I've lost 6 pounds and 5.5 inches.
Oh my word. Where do you take your measurements to lose your 10 inches? How do you just do the waist, the hips, and the thighs, or do you
I do everything. I do
arms?
thighs, I do abdomen, I do waist, I do hips, I do the bust. What I leave out? Biceps.
Okay. Okay. Do you do it but like where your bra goes, or do you do the bust measurement?
The bust measurement.
Okay. I thought a real good place to measure too is right under your bra, because what'll happen is you'll actually start hooking your bra just like men hook their belts, like they lose weight. We can actually hook the hooks on our bra, and it's really cool to see that happening.
Oh,
Welcome to the challenge, and congratulations on your weight loss. That's fantastic. Hi, Danielle.
How's it feel?
Uh-huh.
It feels good. I could tell in my golf skirts are getting looser already.
Good.
Which I live in all year. So.
Yeah, good for you. I'll see you on the golf course tomorrow, by the way.
Yes, you will.
All right. Danielle Tate, howdy. Welcome to our Zoom meeting. We can't hear you. Make sure you're unmuted.
I am.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
I hear you now.
I think I've lost in the 2 weeks 6 pounds, and I've been working out almost every day
Fabulous.
for about 45 minutes.
Oh.
My kids laugh at me because I do the Just Dance.
What kind of workout do you do for 45 minutes?
My daughter has Just Dance video on the Wii, so I just dance.
It's so cool. That's wonderful. Normally, Dr. Anderson tells us that about 25 to 30 minutes a day is really good, but what he's talking about there is aerobics. Sometimes people overdo it a little bit on the aerobics and forget the importance of actually working our muscles. And so that's where the little exercise videos that we get on the challenge every day, using cans and things around the house, and actually doing those type of exercises are real beneficial too. So we want to make sure that you take time to work on strengthening your muscles as well. Dancing, I'm not complaining, it's fabulous. And 6 pounds is out of sight.
I just like to dance, so it's easy to do.
It's awesome. It's a great thing. But in the meantime, when you're cooking dinner with one hand, lift cans with the other, and then I love multitasking. So how are you enjoying the challenge? What do you like best about it? Do you have any questions?
I think I'm good.
Okay, great. Well, we're glad to have you, and I appreciate your posts on the wall. That's very meaningful to me. I go several times a day to the wall and read your posts and comment on them and click like. They're very motivational to me. I get excited when y'all are having a good day. So thank you for your posts. Hey, Ashley.
Hello.
You're over there in Louisiana too, aren't you?
Yes, with all the good food and the temptation.
The lenses, Debbie Lenses from Waterproof. Do you know where that is?
No.
Oh, but it's a little bitty town. It's smaller than Vidalia, which is where I'm from.
up there.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about you and then how you've done on the challenge. You were a late arriver. You got started a few days late, but you have really just ate it up. The points have been awesome. Congratulations. Tell us about it.
Well, this is my second challenge, so I'm familiar with the routine and how it works, and I sit at a desk all day, so it's real easy for me to get those points in.
Good.
And just like you, like last time, I was not very successful with the challenge, and it was because of the exercise portion. And so really this time I focused on making commitments with other friends and people, appointments to make sure that I'm there and I'm doing it at least 3 times a week. And I think it's going to work a lot better for me.
Great. Have you, I can't remember which book it's in, but one of Dr. A's books, okay, well, no, we're not going to upgrade. Dr. Anderson talks about exercises, and I do them in my car. Of course, you have to remember to do it. But what you do is you suck your stomach in, suck in real tight, your buttocks and your abdominal muscles, and you hold it for 10 seconds, and then you release it, and then you hold it in. It's a way to kind of do isometric exercises while you're sitting at a desk. And I know you always have your water there with you, too.
Oh, yes.
Okay, good. Well, welcome to the challenge. We're glad you're on tonight. Hey, Jerry. Jerry, you're muted. You have a little microphone. Can you click that little microphone so that you can talk to me? Jerry, you don't see the microphone? There you go.
Sorry, I didn't know. Are you talking to me or Debbie?
Jerry. Yes, I was talking to you. Hi,
Say, here I am. Hey, I love the challenge, the accountability. I haven't been real good, but the accountability is incredible. But one thing you just said about the exercising in the car, many years ago, a chiropractor, told me one of the big things for women keeping their breast in line, when you're in the car at a stop sign, grab the steering wheel and crunch it up to on your breast muscles and such, to help us older people from having our boobs to sag. That was, I was a young lady when this came up. But this is one of those.
Not too far gone, but that's a great idea.
But it's the same thing of what you were saying is tightening muscles. Well, this is the same thing.
You're absolutely right. That's so cute.
Of course, I don't do it, so I have saggy boobs. So.
Now, maybe we'll all practice that a little bit this week. Just try something new. Like when you're sitting and watching a TV show, squeeze 10 seconds and then release. Squeeze and then release. Well, why not? Give it a try and see.
I love the challenge.
Go ahead.
I love the challenge, and I love what you have done for me personally. I would not have lost 45 pounds without your motivation and your ongoing. You have made a major change in my life. Unfortunately, I turned around and gained 30 of it back.
Right.
But with this challenge, the motivation to keep going, it's going to come off. I'm going to get out of my fat clothes, back into my thin clothes.
Right.
And here we go.
Good for you. Debbie,
I love you, Deb. You get influence in me.
Right, good. I will. Debbie.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Excellent. Tell me what you like, what the challenge has done for you and what you like about it.
Well, Dave and I both lost our weight in 2011. I lost 50 pounds, between 40 and 50. And it was so good, the challenge last time, because it reminded me what I needed to do. And I had gained about 10 pounds, but I lost them all in the last challenge, and I didn't gain any of it back over Thanksgiving or Christmas. So, yay! I just wanted to say that just so y'all know that you can do that. And I just keep adding on to what I already know. And so last time what I did was I really understood the importance of exercise. Megan can tell you, we walked every day at Christmas or at Thanksgiving when we were there, even when it was, we did a marathon. Was that right? No. The Turkey Dash, and it was snowing, and it was about, 20 degrees that day? And we got out and walked because I just know how important it is to walk. This time, I love the walking, and I do that all the time, but I'm really trying to do the strength exercises. Megan it's wonderful having Megan on it and having Dave on it, because, in the family, you help one another. So
absolutely.
Obviously, I love all of you. I love your comments. I'm sorry, I'm so wordy. I always write such great big long comments. That's just who I am.
Good friends. Now I see this phone up here. It's 615-207-2837. Would you unmute your phone and say hello to us and let us know who you are?
Hi, this is Carol.
Hi, Carol. Well, I'm so glad you're on the phone with us tonight. And
I just want to say, Jury, I love you.
Jury, did you hear that?
Yes,
I love you, Jury.
I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so excited. I hope to someday see you in person.
You will, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to start pushing that wheel upward when I'm sitting at the stop sign.
She's going to start working at her boobs, Jury, when she's at the stop sign. That's what Carol said.
I don't want any sagging boobs. I'm only 48, so I don't want them to sag.
Oh, you don't want to. Everybody, thank you so much for logging on tonight, being a part of the webinar. Would everybody unmute and let's play the Waltons. You know the Waltons game where everybody says goodnight to everybody else. So everybody unmute and let's play Waltons. Good night, Debbie.
Good night, Mom.
Good night, Mom.
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.
Good night, Donna.
Good night, Megan.